With 1.16 pre-release 2 out, I thought I'd take a opportunity to do a very short update with where I am with my storage system for 1.16. Now I've simplified the system that separates items from shulker boxes. It now simply has a comparator clock and directly powers the top dropper. System works much the same as before. I know there's other systems, but this works well in the design that I'll show in a second. Shulker unloader's gotten a little bit simpler. We're taking advantage of the target block's ability to suck in a redstone signal. So when there's an item in here, it starts the clock. Every time the clock pulses, it powers the target block, which powers the dispenser and unpowers the piston. I don't really understand why this works, but the piston seems to retract before the dispenser loads the shulker box, which works out rather dandy. Same as before, the hopper below the shulker box being unloaded can latch the system on to the same target block, so that if there are items in the shulker box, it will wait until the shulker box is finished loading before the piston spits out again. Will also simultaneously hold the comparator clock, so as soon as the items are finished unloading from the shulker box, the clock is released, can run again and send the next shulker box into the system. This handles full shulker boxes, empty shulker boxes, partial shulker boxes, which is important because I'm using these two systems together in the full design. So at the end of your mining session, you just rock up, you put everything that you want to load into your system here, whether it be in shulker boxes or not in shulker boxes. The system will unload your shulker boxes and put the empty shulker boxes over here, and everything else goes into the multi-item sorter. If you don't like having your chest like this, just swing them around the other way and bring the wall forward. The entire system fits within 9 blocks depth, and however big you want it that way. The height of the system, well, I'm not going to talk about the height because how high you want it really depends on how many boxes you want to go up, but it ends at the roof, so however high you want your chest, that's where it ends. In terms of depth, though, you've got 4 blocks for what goes under the multi-item sorter, and then another 7 blocks, 2, 4, 6, 7 blocks down for the tower that does the shulker box unloading. Ignore this, I did a bit of a structure block load at one point. So what happens is the shulker boxes are separated from items. Items are sent over this way. Shulker boxes are unloaded. Both items and shulker boxes come down here, which at a point they're separated again. So items go up this tower and this tower, and shulker boxes go up this tower. And then that's an item tower, that's an item tower. They both feed into these hoppers, which feed into the multi-item sorter, which is very similar to my previous video. I will do a full tutorial when 1.16 is released, but just for now, the only real difference is I'm using droppers along the top now. It does make the system a little bit noisier, but it also makes it cheaper because you can have boxes here and here, chests here and here. Whereas if you didn't have those droppers here, you wouldn't be able to have chests here and here. So it makes it a little bit more resource efficient this way. So hopefully 1.16 comes out in a few days and I'll do the full tutorial.